What's up? How everybody doing?
Still smiling from the end of last year?
Yeah, I ain't gonna stop smiling.
Jack, you got here last year, mid-year. When you look back on it, what kind of a blessing was that to land here from where the situation that you were in New England to land here with so many familiar faces, especially?
Man, I couldn't even put it in words. I mean, I don't think it's ever been a situation where a player is, been with a coach since high school. That's special. I mean, I'm blessed. I tell you, I thank God for that, for real.
How much? I mean, Marvin talked about knowing you from way back too, and obviously Antonio. The trust factor that you have with those guys to be vulnerable, to be yourself, and to know that they know who you are, and that there's not going to be any repercussions. How important is that to you?
Oh well, it's repercussions. Let's get that clear. Right. It's repercussions. But it took a little while. I mean, those was guys I've been with for a couple of years now. So they got to get a good feel for me. I got to get a good feel for them. And they know my intent is good. So as long as my intent stay good, then I don't think we'll have a problem.
We got a good handle on all you've learned from Antonio and you guys' relationship, but I guess Marvin specifically, as far back you go with him, what have you taken from him specifically?
A lot. I mean, if anything, I feel like he'll be the first guy to say something, to correct me, make sure I'm doing everything right and not just on the field.
Jack, you've had obviously some good moments throughout your career so far, but you haven't had the chance to play through a full season yet. What's kind of your goal for yourself in going into year 3? What you're trying to accomplish?
Take it week by week. I don't put too much pressure on myself. Just take it week by week. It's football, week by week.
We heard you out there talking, having a little bit of fun, and the defense flying around. How fired up are you for this upcoming year for that defense being a lot of camaraderie and knowing the same guys?
I'm excited. I mean, y'all see the energy we bringing out there. It's different. You can feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I think with that pressure and teams feeling that swag, that team camaraderie that we got, I think that's gonna break teams by itself. You know what I'm saying? Just us going out there, being a squad, and coming together.
Jack, how much does the addition of Christian and everybody else on your defensive line help you as a cornerback?
I mean, speak for themselves. I mean, you see what them big boys did last year. We get to keep some and then add some. I think our D-line is an A+, if you ask me.
Jack, you guys bring back 10 starters from last year.
Yeah.
A lot of the backups too. And then also Patrick Graham going into his third year. How important is that continuity for this defense?
It matter. Team chemistry matter, and you build that with time. You know what I'm saying? You don't get team chemistry in a day or anything fast. You got it. That happens over years, weeks, months, however long it may take, but it definitely takes time.
It seemed like you, more than anybody, wanted to keep playing last year. Like you were having so much fun. Like you just wanted to keep staying out there. It seemed like, how can you kind of keep that momentum going and enjoy the offseason, but keep the process going that you were at?
That's just me. That's who I am. I love ball. If I could play ball 365 days a year, I would. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, I can't. But that's just me. I love ball. I'd do this every day if I could.
What have you thought about the new rookies that have come in, and Devonshire and Richardson, and how they're competing so far in the room?
Good rookies, good young class. They taking under the vets wing and they coming out executing. That's all we want from them, to come out, give effort. We know they're rookies. They're gonna have some mistakes. They're gonna have some bumps in the road, but just come out, give full effort, and they've been doing that.
Along the same lines, we often hear first to second year, a big jump. Where have you seen that Jacornian in his development?
We just getting started, but he gonna make a big jump just because I believe in him, man, and he's a good player.
You mentioned that energy from the defense. I mean, it was kind of crazy for a BMA. Was it the same way last year in practice, or is it a whole new level?
Kind of crazy for BMA. What does that mean?
I mean, just you're not even in training camp yet, and you guys still have you guys already have a ton of energy. Was it the same way last year?
I mean, last year around this time I wasn't here, but I would say that last game. Usually the last game it's like you get the attitude like, it's last game, I'm ready to get out of here, ready to go enjoy vacation. That last game, we was all locked in, we was all like, it was almost like we had a game after that game, you know what I'm saying? And that right there alone shows me, at least, that, this team want to play and want to be here and want to do the right thing.
How important is it to have that energy, like you said, in May, right? It's early, it's hot, but how important it is to keep that energy up right now?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's good to have right now because you definitely want to have it, but it don't matter if you don't carry that out through the year, you know what I'm saying? So we got to keep that same energy from day 1 to day 365, you know what I'm saying?
How different does it feel?
The last team to beat the Super Bowl champions, you guys. How do you keep that momentum going forward, knowing that you got kind of bragging rights against, so to speak, against them, even though they are the champs?
Well, I mean, shit, I wouldn't call it bragging rights. They won the Super Bowl, and we was at home watching. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it bragging rights, but we was the last team to beat them. But I mean, me personally, I think it was just last year. Like, that's nothing. Like, well, we could get swept this year. We can go out there and sweep them. We just got to go out there, watch film and go out there and execute. It's definitely gonna be a tough game.
Your first few years in this, league, you kind of had to mold yourself in the corner you are now, but now you're going to a situation where instead of being a young player, you're now a leader of this team. How have you adjusted to that?
The feel for it different. I mean, to be honest with you, I always looked at myself as a leader, from high school all the way up. I felt like, I had some guy, some player looking up to me, I'm taking under my wing. So, as far as me stepping into the role, it's not that big for me. It's regular.
Hey Jack, Alex Eshelman, Channel 13. What's it been like early, but with AP at the helm, what has OTAs been like?
Different. I would say a lot of energy. AP is bringing the energy out of the players, and if you don't have players to go hard, then you're not going to get the best out of the players. So as long as players going hard, you're going to get the best out of them, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Jack, I know it's always team first motivation, but does it motivate you at all to try to make that jump to solidify yourself as a premier corner in the league this season too?
I believe I'm a premier corner already myself. I'm not really worried about what y'all say. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about what y'all say. I just go out there and play ball. My goal this year is to be the #1 defense and make the playoffs and go farther in the playoffs than we did last year.
Jack, you had mentioned to me last year that Antonio treats you guys like men, but you guys also understand there's a responsibility on your end to take that responsibility and not overstep any bounds. But it doesn't seem like that's always the case with coaches. Why is that different, would you feel, with Antonio, that he allows you guys to be yourself?
To be honest, I think he never says too much. You know what I'm saying? He says just enough, and he never make a player feel uncomfortable, with being yourself, no matter how that look. You know what I'm saying? So just come be yourself, take care of your job, your responsibility, and we good from there.
Jack, it seemed like the entire secondary is playing with a certain level of confidence to end last season. Like you said, it's a new year, you got to carry that over. What goes into kind of maintaining that moving forward?
Making plays. You build confidence from plays, from work, putting in the work. That's where the confidence comes from.
Back when the offseason started, we heard a lot of your teammates go to bat for AP to get a full-time job. We knew your feelings already.
Yeah.
I think nobody was surprised. But what was it like for you to watch that process of this guy that you've known for so long be named the head coach and so many guys go to bat for him?
I'm gonna be honest, it was nerve-wracking. For me, it was like, man, I hope. I was praying, you know what I'm saying? But no, I was happy he got the job. It was just like a situation where, like, he got to get the job. He got so many players, so many fans, so many people behind him. At least give him one opportunity, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely happy and blessed for him that he got the job.
Why do you think he is so popular in the locker room?
Say it again?
Why do you think he's so popular in the locker room? What
Antonio?
What attributes does he have that the players really cling to?
Because he was a player. He played in between the white lines. When you're a player and a guy never played in between the white lines and he trying to tell you how to make a tackle, how to do anything, I'm not saying that they're wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because there is a lot of experts out here that never played it down, but it's just harder to feel that, to understand. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like when you're getting it from a former player, it's almost like no questions. Like, he did this before, so I don't even have to question it.
Jack, you see a lot of teammates with new digits on the field. Were you trying to switch your number, and if so, which one were you trying to get?
Yeah, I was trying to switch my number. I was trying to get into a single digit, but all those is taken up. I don't know. I like 18 though. 18 cool. It's not a bad number. I don't know. We'll see.
That's good.
Thank you.